Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio and welcome to the video, y'all. So today's video, I had this random idea. The poll thing that you can ask on Instagram, like this or that, or yes or no. So I had this idea of playing Would You Rather Makeup Edition and kind of basically do my makeup the way that you guys would rather. And I did a bunch of polls on Instagram. I asked you guys if you like colorful eyeshadow or neutral or natural brows or fierce brows or chiseled contour or bronzed, like lightly bronzed. So I'm really excited to do this. I don't think I've seen anybody do this makeup would you rather challenge situation. If there is someone that you guys have seen do this before, please let me know and I will make sure to tag them in the description bar. But this was kind of my own idea I just randomly came up on the couch with. But yeah, I'm really excited to do this. And let me say, I was pretty shocked by some of the answers, you guys. I was kind of what the shit? For one of them, with lashes, I was would you guys rather just mascara or false lashes? And mascara won. I was what? I was pretty shocked at some of these answers. And then some of the replies to my Insta stories were shocked as well. They were oh my God, what the hell? And I was I know. So I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to just sit down, chat with you guys, and just do this little thing. I have everything screenshotted and I will show you guys. So I'm gonna first start off with my brows. You guys know I always do my brows first. So we have here, if you guys can see, would you rather fierce brows or natural-ish brows? And 78% of you voted for natural-ish brows, while fierce brows only got 22%. I was so shocked, but also kind of happy because I have been doing more natural-ish looking brows. So yeah. Also, don't mind the pimples all over my face. Your girl is stressed, to say the least. So zoomed y'all bitches in and let's get started with our eyes. So naturalish brows, for me, I feel it's kind of feathered slightly, but also still pretty fierce. That's how I interpret natural brows. So I'm going to be using the Kylie brow products. If you guys haven't seen my review on it, I really enjoyed her brow products. This brow pomade I thought was really, really bomb and really awesome. I'm going to be using her again today. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I like to do my brows, you can go check out, I literally uploaded a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, an updated brow routine. So if you want to go check that out, it's up on my channel. So I'm not going to explain too much while I'm doing my brows because I feel that defeats the whole purpose of the video. Yeah, it is Friday, you guys. I'm filming this on a Friday and I'm getting ready to go down to my aunt's house in Fallbrook, San Diego. I'm excited because I do feel every now and then everybody needs some nice family time, and I need some, to say the least. I have been going through it with my anxiety, and I just want to say thank you to everyone with all of your really kind comments and just everything in general. I really can't say thank you enough to you guys. And my aunt is also having a Cinco de Mayo party. My aunt has a house that's basically a party house. I don't know if you guys have someone in your family that you always go to their house to have a party or a little fiesta type of situation. That is my aunt's house. My aunt's house is the party house. But the only downside of it is that from LA, it should only take me about an hour and a half to get to her. On the reg, on a real note, it takes me over 2 hours. And that drive could be really treacherous with a lot of traffic. So we're trying to plan to leave to beat the traffic. Usually, if you leave before 1, you're usually pretty good. So for me, naturalish brow is kind of similar to this. I am going to fill in a little bit more on the outsides here because I do want a little bit more definition. But for the most part, I feel like this is a pretty natural-ish looking brow for like 2019. You know what I mean? Okay, so I feel like this is kind of natural-ish brows. Like that's what I put in the poll, like fierce brow and natural-ish brow. So I feel like this is definitely more of a natural-ish brow. Like you can kind of see some blank spaces in between. Like that's kind of my interpretation of a naturalish brow. So let's move on to shadow. And you guys also kind of shook me with the shadow. Well, you know what? This is ridiculous. You guys, I got 50-50 on matte and 50-50 on shimmer shadow. What? I'm going back to it on my Instagram story because I am so confused right now. Okay, I just got a live update. We have about 200 more votes for shimmer shadow, so I'm going to do shimmer shadow. But it literally was 50-50, so that is crazy. I hate when stuff like that happens. I'm like, ah. So I bought this Too Faced palette, the Natural Lust palette in the Sephora VIB sale. And I feel like now is like the perfect time to test it out. It's right next to me and I gotta do my shadow anyway. I remember when I like first started makeup, I really liked doing my shadow always kind of like cut creasy. And that's why like the other day I joked, I was like, dude, I need to change my middle name to Cut Crease at this point because like shit, that's what I love to do. So this is what the palette looks like. Basically lots of neutrals here, which is good because my other poll was, would you rather do neutrals or would you rather do color? And neutral shadows won. We have neutral shadow 77% and colorful shadow 23%. So we're gonna be doing some neutrals up in here. And then I also have, oh my God, you guys. Oh, I'm excited to use this because this is called Party Plan. It's the Super Shock Extreme from Colourpop and it has glitters in it. You're definitely not going to be able to see how beautiful it is on camera. That's just how this works with the Super Shocks. And I wish there was a way, you know, I'm going to have to figure it out. Like maybe I'll call Riley in here to try to help me. I will eventually love to try to figure out a way to be able to show you guys how beautiful some of these shadows are. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. I'm using the Colourpop Medium 24 No Filter Concealer, and I'm just basically going to apply this all over and then use my concealer brush to blend a bitch out. I am so excited for this Cinco de Mayo party that my aunt is throwing because I love Mexican food. So in New York, everybody always gets pissed off when I say like, oh, I'm born and raised New Yorker. But they're like, well, not in the city. Well, kind of like upstate New York. And I'm just like, why do you care? I grew up in Westchester County, which is about 30 minutes north of Manhattan. So I don't consider myself upstate, like whatsoever. Like hardly upstate, like Albany and like freaking Rochester is upstate, okay? So I don't consider myself like to live upstate, but like I know some people really get pressed about that. And I'm just like, why? Why do you care? Like my sister lives in the city now and like I'm always in the city. Like growing up, I was always in the city. And my dad, he was from the Bronx. He's NYPD homicide detective. Like I basically lived in the city. Like basically, like I had all the surroundings of the city. Like I have some family that lived in Staten Island that we would always go see. So like, you know, growing up, I was always in the city. But where was I going with this? I don't know where I was going. I have no idea where I was going with this, you guys. I'm sorry. Oh, now I remember. Okay, so growing up in New York, we didn't really have like a lot of Mexican food or like a lot of like Mexican places to go to get like, you know, a quesadilla or a taco or anything like that, a burrito. Like I did not grow up like that. Like literally my town consisted of tanning salons, nail salons, and a shit ton of pizzerias. Like literally that is where I grew up. So moving out here and basically having bomb ass Mexican food just makes me so excited because I just have this newfound love for Mexican food and burritos and like Dahin. Like that is not a thing in New York, okay? So like I am so excited to have some Mexican food this weekend. So I am going to first start off with this shade called Take the Cake. It's kind of like a light pinky shade. And I'm going to use this as a transition shade and also as like, kind of like to set what we got going on as well. So I'm just going to put this up in the crease. Sorry I'm like gabbing away, you guys. I feel like I just have so much to say today. You know what? Moving to California definitely has helped me expand my palette a lot, like my foods that I like and stuff, because again, like I'm 100% Italian. We literally had pasta every Thursday and Sundays at my house. Like, always had that big old Italian dinner where your grandma takes like 8 hours to make the marinade sauce. So marinade is marinara sauce, but like true Italian New Yorkers call it like marinade. Moving out here definitely helped me expand my palate because I literally was just so used to eating Italian food or American food, like burgers and shit, and then like pasta. So like my diet would always just be kind of like that. I'm really excited to be expanding my palate out here in California with like Mexican food and different like types of like pho and different types of like Asian cuisine. So like I'm really excited to be doing that. So the next shade I'm gonna go in with is Afternoon Delight, which is kind of like this cool tone mauve. And I'm using my Morphe M514, and I'm just gonna go right in the crease with this. We're gonna do very like neutral, natural, vibey eyes today. I'm not sure if you guys have seen my backyard tour up on my YouTube channel, but if you haven't, make sure you go check it out. I'm so proud of my backyard and I cannot wait to have more like summer parties at my house. Like, I really want my house to be the, not necessarily like party house, but the house where like everybody goes to kind of like chill and hang out. So I really like that, and I really am looking forward to the summer months and just like having more like, you know, 4th of July parties, outdoor parties, like backyard barbecues and like just shit like that. So even Memorial Day, like maybe have a Memorial Day party, like who the hell knows? Like I'm excited to do more stuff like that. And one thing that like people always tell me when they come over, which I take as like such a huge ass compliment, they always feel like my house is like very cozy, and that makes me feel so happy because I've worked really hard on like, you know, just like decor and just making sure that it's like a positive open space and like, you know, zen vibes. So that's one of the things that I really like to pride myself on, is just like having that warm, cozy house with like, I don't know, it just makes me really happy. Karen actually told me that I love Sarai when the first time she came over my house, she was like, oh, I could sleep right now. And I was like, oh, that makes me feel happy, you know? So basically I'm just like going back and forth and doing a whole song and dance here. And then the next shade I'm going to do, and probably the last shade, is called Call Me Back. This is a little bit more of a warm tone brown, just to kind of like warm up the eyes a bit because I don't want it to be too cool toned, but just to add a little bit of warmth. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, beach. You guys, I am so excited for my music. We have a music video I'm gonna be filming soon for You Ain't, and we have like a really cool idea on it. And then I'm gonna be dropping my next single mid-June, which is kind of like a very vibey celebration song. And then my EP is going to be out in mid-July, and I also am going to be doing a little like competition for 3 of you guys to come to my EP listening party. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram because that's where I am going to be announcing all of my giveaways and just like stuff like that for my music. Oh my god, my allergies. Oh, I freaking hate my allergies, you guys. And then just doing the same thing over here in the crease, going back and forth. This Natural Lust palette is actually the few shades that I've used. Pretty impressed with. Also really do like the color scheme. There is a little color scheme situation going on that I can see in my head that I kind of want to do a tutorial on. I'm definitely going to be using this palette again because it is pretty nice. It's blending out really pretty too. It's all looks like kind of like one color, which is what I'm going for. So I like that. It kind of melts together. So you guys know I've been to the emergency vet with Mo 3 times in the past like week and a half. He swallowed tampons while we were away. Such a freaking weirdo. And he swallowed 8, you guys. And the vet was saying that it was literally a miracle that he was able to get it all up and not have to have immediate emergency surgery. And I was like, well, that's a freaking miracle. and I was really happy about that. Obviously, really like annoyed at Mo himself for going into the trash and getting tampons or whatever the hell the situation was. Wait, you know what? I do feel like I want to do one more color, you guys. I'm gonna do Hot to Trot because everything is blending so nicely. So I'm like, why the hell not? You know what I mean? I feel like he hasn't been the same since I've gotten back from New York. I just am like kind of concerned a little bit. So I think I'm going to take him to get some blood work done by his normal vet because I don't need to keep paying these emergency vet bills. Like, there's no way in hell I need to do that. I'm going to blend that out too. You know, just to make sure everything's okay. I mean, I think he's fine. I think he's just probably still recovering from stuff, but like, I'm so worried about him. Like, this dog is literally my heart and soul. Like, I don't know if I would have been alive if it wasn't for him. Like, there were some really dark moments that I had in 2018 of last year, especially towards the beginning of 2018. Things were really difficult for me in like a lot of aspects of my life, and I wish I could share more with you guys, maybe in time. Mo is literally my guardian angel. I don't know what I would do without him. He has saved me more than I think I've saved him. And, you know, I would literally go to the moon and back for this buddy. So I just want to make sure he's healthy. And I just hate this, like, feeling like I'm stuck in limbo situation, you know? Like, I'm just so worried about him. And Riley's like, he's okay. You know, he's just probably still healing. And, you know, Riley's right. He's definitely more the rational one in our relationship. I'm always like, oh my God, he's dying. Like, I'm literally like, oh my God, he threw up. We got to take him to the emergency vet right now. Like, literally, that's how I am with Mo. But Riley keeps me grounded, which is good because I'm definitely more of the hyper one. I'm more like, rah, rah. And Riley's like very soft spoken. So he keeps me grounded, especially with this Mo situation. So I'm going to be using the glitter now. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to apply this Super Shock because there are glitters in it. I'm going to try with a brush, but I may need to switch over to, oh, you guys cannot see how pretty this is. Frig. So annoying. It's like so pretty. This is actually working pretty good with the brush, so I'm just gonna use with the brush. That way I also don't have like glitters all over my hand and then it's just like glitter everywhere and then you're finding glitter for the next 12 years and it's a never-ending cycle. I haven't seen Avengers yet and I really want to go see it, but I know what happens because I love spoilers. I don't know if there's anybody out there that loves spoilers like I do. Like, I intentionally look for spoilers. I know what happens. I know who dies. Like, I know all of that stuff, and I'm really upset with the outcome. I don't want to give away too much because I'm sure that there are some people that are watching my channel that haven't seen Avengers yet, like myself. I don't know if I ever can see it. Like, honestly, I really don't know if I can because I'm just gonna be crying the whole time. You guys, this is such a pretty shadow. It's way prettier than what it's showing up on camera. Like, it's insanely pretty. Like, the glitters in here are so like holographic and pretty looking. You can't even tell. Ugh. I promise you, it's beyond stunning in real life. Okay, so up next we have falsies or mascara, and you guys chose mascara. So we have here, would you rather? False lashes got 33%. That makes me so sad. I love my falsies. And then mascara got 67%. So we're going to be doing mascara, y'all. And I'm going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This is actually the Sugar Rush Celebration. I'm just going to be applying it like so. My natural lashes aren't that bad. Like, obviously, I would love to have falsies on right now, but this is what you guys would rather. You know, every now and then it's nice to do natural look, though, because not everybody loves falsies. I mean, 66% of you guys on Instagram didn't want my falsies. Also, if you guys weren't a part of this, like, challenge, or you were like, oh, I wish I could have voted, you have to make sure you follow me on Instagram, because that's where I do a lot of, like, my polls and, like, little quizzes and stuff like that. Applying mascara is an art form, you guys. It is an art form. Like, I randomly have like this sparseness right there. You guys can probably see. Like, where the hell, what happened there? I'm probably gonna do another round of mascara in a minute with this Kush mascara, because the Kush mascara definitely adds that extra bit of volume that I like and I want. This is gonna be fun to take off. Okay, so moving on to the rest of my face. I am going to prime with the Tarte Double Duty Beauty First Step Prep first step prep. And I really like this. This is great for dry skin because it's very moisturizing and hydrating and all that good jazz. And it helps around my dry patches, especially my nose. That's where I am the most dry in this area. I do really like this. It isn't pore filling, but I do notice that like for me and my skin, is like if my skin is properly hydrated, my pores don't really look that big, so I don't really have to worry too much about a pore filler or anything like that. So that's why I've just kind of been using this as a more of a primer. So I asked you guys for foundation, would you rather a matte foundation or a dewy slash satin foundation? And a dewy slash satin foundation won by 54%. Still pretty close though. There still are a lot of you guys that like matte foundation, rightfully so. So for me, a satin foundation is going to be the Dior Air Flash. This is definitely more of a satin, kind of velvet, dewy looking foundation more than anything. And I'm gonna use my Black Beauty Blender, you guys. It's been so long since I've used a Black Beauty Blender, you guys. Like probably 2017 was the last time I used one. Cannot get this shit open. Why do they have to have like child safety locks on everything? I need to install a sink in my beauty room. I cannot wait to give you guys a proper beauty room tour. I absolutely need to, but I need a lot of help in here. Like I need a lot of help from a decorator, an organizer. Like I need a lot of help. And I am definitely going to be filming some type of like a makeup declutter because bitch, I need to declutter. Okay, so I am going to be applying the foundation to my face just randomly. And also I am dealing with some breakouts here. They are not cute. This one is dry as hell. Whatever. I find that this works the best by applying it in just like chunks of the face, like applying it in just like this half of the face first. So I'm going to be doing that. Oh yes, beach. I miss this Black Beauty Blender. I don't know if there is a serious difference. Like I truly don't know, but I can kind of feel like this is a little bit more firm. So I like that. Also, it could be maybe because it's new. I don't know. Get in my ears. You always want to make sure you drag it down anywhere. I sprayed it up my nose. Oh God, that didn't feel nice. But yeah, this is basically how I apply it. What is your guys' like go-to foundation? Like this Dior Air Flash, I feel like is just like my go-to. It's always been there for me. It's been there for me through the worst of times, through the best of times. It never lets me down. It always makes me look fly as and I just love it. I also really recommend this foundation for brides because I feel like it just gives you that really airbrushed look and finish. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to apply some concealer. A little Fenty Beauty Action. This is shade 190. I love this freaking Fenty. I love it so much, you guys. This concealer is life-changing. And I don't think it's really that drying or anything like that. Like, it's really creamy and nice. Especially applying it, it feels very nice. Some concealers can like drag across your face and you're like, great. But I really like this. And then I am going to add a little bit of a cream contour because I always do this with my foundation regardless of like how natural or whatever I'm going. I always like to have a little bit of a cream contour because if I don't, I feel like my face just looks very flat. This brings a lot of dimension back, so I am going to do that. You know what? Auntie Jackie Ina said that you should let your concealer set for a minute into the skin, so I'm going to listen to Auntie Jackie and do that, okay? I love Jackie. Jackie was actually the first person I think I ever collabed with on YouTube. Like, ever collabed with where it was like a proper collab, like a video on my channel and a video on her channel. I love Jackie. I love her so much. I think she's such a good person inside and out. Okay, let's blend her out. Some of you may not remember because I had a smaller YouTube following, but I'm coming up on like I think it's like 2 years now that I had to get my lip filler removed. And like, obviously I've had some put back in, but I was looking at photos on my phone of myself from like, you know, just like reminiscing from like the earlier times when things were less complicated, you know, and just shit like that. And I was like, damn, my lips literally look like Daffy Duck. Like, I'm so glad I got the filler out. Like, I'm so glad. They look so much better now. I feel so much better about them in general. The good thing about filler is that you can get it removed, luckily. You know, that shit is scary sometimes. Sometimes it's really easy to take it too far. Like, it's really easy to do that. And I remember when I got my lip filler out, like, initially, I was like, oh my God, I look so ugly. I hate myself. Like, literally, I hated it. Like, initially, I was like, oh my God, like, what the... Like, I hate this. I'm so glad I did it. Like, I'm so glad. And that's just more of, like, society literally wrecking me. Wrecking all of us. Like, I literally thought I looked ugly with my natural lips. Like, what the hell? Okay. So let's set our faces. I'm going to set with the Laura Mercier. Now, you guys kind of did me dirty with the contour portion of this because you guys voted for lightly bronzed rather than like chiseled contour. And I normally do a chiseled ass contour. And I was like, when I saw the results, I was like, no! So I have to do a lightly bronze and I don't know how it's going to look, but we will see. And I'm just like kind of setting this whole area because we're gonna go over it with bronzer. I cannot wait, you guys. I think I have like a week and a half left in this boot or like till my next doctor's appointment, and I'm really excited to get this friggin' boot off so I could get back in the gym. I was making such big progress and now I feel like a lot of it is gone, but I'm hoping like muscle memory, like I'm really hoping that will kick in because I've worked so hard and it just sucks. Like, and I think that's where like a lot of my anxiety is coming from, is just like not being able to like take it out in the gym and like, you know, work out, because like exercise helps so much with like a clean, healthy mind, and I just miss doing it. Like, I really do. The one thing that you guys cannot stop me from doing is contouring my nose. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, okay? I am contouring my nose. I'm using the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. Guys, I'm trying so hard to find and use another cool tone bronzer. So if you have any cool tone bronzers recommendations, but like I really like this bronzer, like, so I just want to keep it nice and spicy and fresh for you guys. I don't want to bore y'all asses to death, but I really love this bronzer, especially for contour. I have an itch. Oh God. Oh yeah, I get it. For my contour, I like to apply it harshly and then take like a large ass fluffy brush. This is the Morphe E3. And I just take this brush and I just kind of even it out so that it's not like intense harshness. I'm going to try the new Fenty bronzer in Island Ting. You guys said you liked lightly bronzed. Mo, they're trying to sabotage me. I have Momo's here. You guys want to see him? Oh, mommy. Oh, my love. How are you? You good boy? He's so sleepy and mushy, you guys. Okay, let's see what the winner was, or like the percentage rather. So chiseled contour was 33% and lightly bronzed was 67%. So we're gonna try to lightly bronze. So I'm using the Fenty and let's go in and lightly bronze. Ooh, I like this Fenty. It's like very buildable. She is lightly bronzed. Thank you very much. I want more. All right, fine. I'm going to stop right there. This is what you guys would rather, not what I would rather. So moving on to highlight, because normally I like to apply highlight afterwards. And you guys did not let me down with this. I was so happy. I said, would you rather a beam and highlight or a duller highlight? And 74% of you said a beam and highlight. So I was like, my babes. I'm going to be using Manny's Lunar Beauty. I really love this highlighter. Manny killed it with this, you guys. Like, talk about beam and highlight. So I'm using the shade Venus, and this is what the highlighter looks like. And I'm just going to saturate the shiznit out of my brush. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys did not let me down with the highlight. Thank you. Okay. For blush, I asked you guys, would you rather a nude blush or a pink blush? And 51% of you said pink blush. Thank God, because I really like a good pink blush. I'm going to use the NARS Orgasm, because this one is pink. I love a pink blush. You guys didn't let me down with that either, so thank you very much. We got to do the lower lash line. What the hell am I thinking here? So I'm just going to be following that same pattern, y'all. Afternoon Delight, and then with Hot to Trot from the Natural Lust palette. And Hot to Trot, I'm focusing more on the outer part of the lower lash. And then we gotta add our mascara to the bottom. I'm dropping things left and right. I am very clumsy though. Like that is something that I get from my grandma, my Nona. Her name was Gloria. She is the world to me, you guys. I miss her so much, like every single day. I pray to her a lot too. Nona, help me. What do we have next? I'm like, what's next? I think lips are next. Yeah, lips. So I asked you guys, do you like colorful lips or neutral lips? We have 82% for neutral lips, which y'all are after my heart with that one. And then I also have, would you rather a glossy lip or a matte lip? And 53% of you said glossy. So what I'm gonna do is apply a satin lipstick and then go over it with a gloss. I've really been loving Shayla's collection with Colourpop. These lipsticks are beyond pretty, like beyond pretty. I cannot say it enough. So I'm going to use her lip liner. It's called BFF3. And then I'm going to apply her Slow Down Ultra Satin Lippy. Again, this is a Makeup Shayla X Colourpop. And then for on top, I'm using Crystal High Gloss from Kylie Cosmetics. And I'm just going to go right on top of this, so that we have a glossier look. And this right here is the finished look, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this little makeup challenge. If you decide to do it, make sure you tag me. I would love to see everybody else's responses because everybody's followers are different, you know what I mean? So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.